This is a very special exhibition for me because all the works you can see on it were in my studio since a long time, waiting for an opportunity to be shown. As the title says, all these paintings were considered wrong, and they were refused, rejected, abandoned during a period of time for different reasons. And then finally I found a place where to show them together, and of course changing the position they had before as a bronze paintings. Now inside the gallery they became good ones, they became finished works. All of them are part of a series of different works I did before. The idea was to paint a monochrome background, and then usually I add a text on the painting, a text printed or sticky in different materials, and this text usually is a comment about color theory. For example, I could write the name of the color you see in the painting, or text about theory of color written for different theoreticians like Wittgenstein, like Goethe, like Paul Klee, and many others. So all of these paintings were thought to include this part of the color theory, but as you can see, the colors were not well painted. You can see, for example, here or in this triptych, you can see the brush strokes. I needed a very uniform surface. I couldn't get them after painted many layers. So I decided to remove the canvas from the stretch and to keep it for, I don't know exactly why, for a long period of time. For this reason, you can see this white margin. This was the side of the canvas and this should be behind, but when I stretch them, you can see all the canvas I cut to paint the monochrome square. These are 1 by 1 meter, which is a very neutral size. I didn't want to express anything with the size of the paintings. Most of them are square because it's the most neutral form. And 1 by 1 meter or 50 by 50, always this regular and let's see, neutral size. Then we can also see two photographies that refers to information in a gallery, in a museum, in an exhibition space, like this one saying exhibition continues, suite de la visite, that I found in, I don't remember where, in a gallery probably, but put out of the context where it was, it's like something wrong information. As well, the other one saying, please don't touch, their works in the exhibition are fragile. Of course, this could be something that the gallery installed in the space to say to the visitors that to take care with the works, please don't touch them, they are fragile. But they are not actually put for the gallery. It's something I photograph in different places, and then I want to include them here also as a broad part of the information of the structure of the exhibition space. I like to add that what is interesting for me is that they are not actually works I did especially for the exhibition. I had them already, and since a long period of time I was thinking where and when I could show them, and I never find the good moment, the good place to do it. So when Rosemary proposed me to have this exhibition, I thought that this would be a good place to brought together all these works because it's a special space for the gallery. It's like an experimental room, a good place to put together a special series of works. And I think they look well here in this old room. And then what I like to add is that something that before was considered bad or wrong, now it's again considered good as a finished work. Something that was interrupted, this is a failed process. In the moment I decided to do this work, now are finished as another thing. So it was a change of situation from the beginning until now. These works that were considered wrong now are considered good because the process of keeping them is finished. So this is, I think, more or less the main keys to understand or to read the works in the exhibition. Then I can add that I use for them different materials. Not all of them are normal painting. I use makeup to do some of them because for me the makeup is an interesting material that we apply usually in our body, usually the face, to feel better, to be more nice. And I like to translate this skin painting to the canvas, which is in a way another kind of skin, and to get the works more beautiful than they were before to apply the makeup. This is to use a material in a wrong way. Again, the makeup is not thought, it's not prepared to be applied on a canvas, but I like it to make this change of the surface from the skin to the canvas. And this for small paintings, for example, you can see the text included on them, but for different reasons they were wrong. Again, for example, here the text was not well installed. It's a sticky material, so the text is not well fixed. Or here the painting was destroyed or alterated, or for example in this one the text and the color has not a logical correspondence. So for different reasons I decided to take them out of the stretch and to make them again in a correct way. So they are not they were not good, but now they are also included in the exhibition as a different thing from they were at the beginning. So I think this is the process again I was trying to explain before, but saying these 4 paintings which include already the text. And finally, this is another kind of work. It's also wrong. This is titled Skin, and it is painted with an acrylic, transparent acrylic gel that I paint on a glass, and after doing 4 or 5 layers, I can remove it from the glass and I fix it directly on the wall. So this is a thin layer of this transparent acrylic. It's also a group of paintings I did using this material, which I like very much because being transparent, I can paint, and the physical action of painting don't include or don't brings to an image because the material is transparent.